So for this, I'm going to make a bowl. So it starts off as just a flat mould, and I like this mould because it's got some detail on it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do some chameleon on this, and I'm going to use these inks. 3 of them are metallic. I've never used them before. So we've got bronze metallic, we've got wine red metallic, and we've got golden metallic. I don't know if you see that. And I'm going to use the purplish red as well. So actually I'm not going to use chameleon in there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to mix up some gold glitter, and I'll put that in the middle, but I'll put the inks down first. So we'll start with the purplish red. And I'm just going to dot these where I want them. So I'll start, and I'm going to put these direct on the mould, and you'll see why when I put the resin on. I'm not going to put it in the middle for now, and I'll use the other red. I haven't used these before, so I just need to chop the ends off. Give it a good shake. I'm looking forward to see how these turn out actually. Got a hair on there. I love working with resin, and especially inks, because resin moves all the time, so you just never know how it's going to come out. But I've done one of these bowls before, I just haven't used metallics, and they do come out nice. I'm just going to wipe that little bit off, because I don't want that there. And we'll go in with the bronze next. Give it a shake. Cut that off. Come out. That's the two reds, the golden, the bronze rather. And what I'm going to do with the gold, I'm just going to drop it around. And then I'm going to add a bit of yellow as well, I think. I think that'll look pretty. Didn't shake that one, did I? Actually, no, we'll we'll carry on the stripe theme. That doesn't want to come out. Get a bit of glue. I think it's got something in the end of it. I always have some blue roll or something around, so I can just cut a little bit more off. That doesn't want to come out. Oh, and that will stick in the end. It's probably got blobs stuck in the end of it. That's better. This doesn't have to be exact because it's going to move anyway. Oops. God, this one's difficult to get out. Let's give it another shake. I'll put one in here. Right, I'm going to put a bit more of this ruby red, this wine purplish red in. I'm going to put another one in there. Just want to fill these up a little bit. Another one in there. Right, so that's the inks put down. I want to mix some glitter. So what I use is one of these. And these are a bit of a nightmare to use. I'll just see if I can drop that in there. If you can see that. Right, get the spatula. I'm just going to pour a little bit of resin into there, and that will be my gold middle. So I don't need very much. actually. Right, so I don't know if you can see that. So this is just gold foil, and when you mix it with resin, it comes out really pretty. I use this quite a lot now. So I think I'll put that in after I put the resin in. Right, so let's see what happens. So I'm going to pour the resin in the middle. I'm not going to use all of it because I don't want the mould to be full. When you're making a bowl, you only want it about half to 3/4 full. And you pour your resin quite slowly. So you don't get the bubbles in it. So I want to get everything out. So let's, because I poured the right amount. And before I do another project and need to mix more resin, I like to get as much out of this jug as possible so that I'm not mixing partly cured with fresh resin. Although it's cold in here today, so everything's taking longer. That's it. I do it on these silicone mats because you can't, once you've got the design that you want, you can't lift it because then that spoils the design. Right, so we'll just give that a wipe. I always wipe my spatulas down straight away. And then they're ready to use again. Now, I don't think my table is level because that side's filled in more than that side. So let me just turn it around. You see, you can keep it flat on the mat. Yeah, that's it. So you can see that side's filling in now. I did think my table was level, but obviously it's not. Got a little bit more resin here that I'm using for a different project. I'm just waiting for it to heat up. So I'll just put a little bit more in. I'll tell you what, I'm going to put it in where it's lacking. Oh yeah, that's going to be gorgeous. It's a shame we haven't got the red up here, but I can't put it in now because it'll just sit on the top, it won't travel through. But nothing's ever perfect with resin. So let's put this in the middle. I think that's pretty much in the middle. Again, this spreads out, so just get some of the gold leaves. So I think that's going to turn out really nice. What do you think? Pretty ball? Could be a Christmas ball, couldn't it? So I need to leave this for 24 hours. Actually, no, I don't. I need to leave this for probably 8 hours today because it's quite cold in here. I've got the windows and the doors open. So I want it to be not fully cured. It needs to be, you can touch it so it's not sticky, but it's pliable, so you can change it into a bowl. First of all, I don't know if you can see, but I've got bubbles around here, so I'm just going to spray it with alcohol. It's isopropanol, I don't know how you say it. So just do that and that'll get rid of all the bubbles. You can also use a heat gun, but I'm not keen on using heat guns on moulds because if you're not very careful, it'll melt the mould. So let's see what this comes out like later. And yeah, I think it's going to be really nice. Anyway, thanks for watching and see you soon.